A convenient location. That's one reason many car owners give for selecting a particular service station. That's a pretty good reason. To most of us, convenience means a station nearby, close to our home or to our work. For example, if a good Sinclair station is located, say, up about here, the dealer would normally expect that his station would be the most convenient for those who live or work in this area. But let's always remember one thing. Our best gasoline customers are the ones who are on the move a lot. And for people on the move, a convenience station is not always the best station. Take the Adams family, for instance, who live just a couple of blocks from this station. There's Mr. Adams, just about to leave for work. He does this every day, 5 days a week, and just about the same time. 7 o'clock. He leaves pretty early. This morning, and at least twice a week, he needs gas. He's got to stop someplace. Now, here's the station nearest to his home. It's close, all right, but it's closed. Mr. Adams passes it up. There are many stations along his way. He'll have to pick one. A busy corner. This ought to be convenient for him, right on his way. But it's not for Mr. Adams. So on he goes until he's headed down Maple Street, quite a ways from home. Is this station convenient for him? It's not as close as the one near his home, but in he goes. The point is that Mr. Adams has traveled a long way from home to buy gas. He wanted more than convenience. There must be a reason. There are millions of Adamses passing up the most convenient stations every day. Why? What made them choose another station? Why did they drive into it the first time? One reason some drivers choose a station is that they prefer a certain brand. Why? What makes drivers rate one company's product higher than another's?
So it's time again to think about your engine. Driving today? Drive with care and use Sinclair Power X gasoline.
One big answer is advertising, which is simply a way of telling more people about Sinclair gasoline around the clock. National advertising means telling more people about Sinclair in as many places as possible.
Have you noticed the Sinclair National Park ads, Marge? They're interesting. This one's all about Washington's home at Mount Vernon. Maybe we should take that in on our next trip. I think I'll give one of their stations a try for gas, too.
There are other ways of getting car owners interested in a certain brand. Here's one of the best. Word-of-mouth advertising.
It's the truth, Pete. I actually get better performance.
You don't say.
Yeah, Sinclair's high-test Power X, they call it. You ought to try it.
A satisfied customer tells a friend. Whether this way or signs right at the station or national advertising, millions of drivers are persuaded daily to try the Sinclair brand. And when it's brand that makes them pick a station, this emblem clearly shows them where to get it. At least, it should. The biggest reason that drivers pick a station for the first time is the dealer's influence in the community. What he does to reach people, persuade them to do business with him.
See you in about an hour. Okay, Carl.
He has made his station known in the community. He has made himself liked in the community. This dealer doesn't wait for customers to come in. He goes out after them, and he does it in many ways. He gets out and meets more people personally. He has to eat anyway, so he might as well enjoy it and make more friends while he's at it. A little back scratching never hurts anybody. These fellows buy gas somewhere, and their friend Jones is in the business. Might as well trade with him. Here's another way he gets out. He makes sure that all of the people in the neighborhood of his station know him well and favorably. They know he's in business nearby, handy for gasoline, and ready to take care of their car needs. This homeowner is worth a can of household oil or something equally inexpensive just for goodwill. He's never bought gas at the station. A friendly gesture like this will probably bring him in for the first time. Dealer Jones also meets more people through his own advertising. In this way, he makes himself, his products, and his services even more widely known and appreciated. His good reputation just doesn't happen. He makes it happen. Another good place to build a friendly reputation is with fellow retailers, even the barber, and why not? Talk about word-of-mouth advertising. This dealer always has Tony cut his hair, and Tony isn't the quietest man in town. What's this? The calendar I gave him 2 weeks ago. Yeah, this would be a good place for a Sinclair calendar. Customers have nothing to do but stare at the wall and fight the mirrors or listen to Tony. Say, Tony, he says, you wouldn't mind if I put up one of my calendars, would you? And you wouldn't mind telling your customers about me, would you? Come to think about it, he says to Tony, where do you buy your gas? A friendly and easy way to get into a home is picture news.
Doesn't this look just like Mildred?
Yeah. Say, we've been getting this little picture magazine now for some time. Maybe we ought to give this fellow Ryan a try. Tell you what to do.
Another new customer headed your way. And here's Dealer Smith. He's out meeting more people, too. Must be the boss he's talking
We follow
with.
manufacturer's
Let's listen.
recommendations when we lubricate trucks, Mr. Thompson. And I can promise you better mileage and fewer engine repairs if you use Sinclair gasoline.
Well, I'll have to think about that.
Oh, okay, sir.
Say, haven't we met before? Sure. You were in the community drive.
That's
When you get around like this, you get known favorably, and you get more new customers. Yes, even the neighborhood kids. Do they ever spread the word if they're on your side?
Hi there.
Hi, Bud.
Dad, Mr. Smith put some graphite grease on my chain. Says it'll last longer than just plain oil.
Well, that's nice, hon. Who's Mr. Smith?
You know, Dad, the gas station man over on 12th Street. Don't you and Mom buy gas there?
I don't think so.
You oughta. Mr. Smith's a swell guy.
So, one big reason why people decide to try a station for the first time is because they've heard good things about the dealer. Or, in one way or another, they've come to know him better personally. Does station appearance influence the driver to pick one place over another? Well,
We need gas, Henry.
Yes, I know. Ought to get some soon. Let's see what it looks like down the street.
maybe first impressions aren't always right. But they certainly register when a driver has a choice. To Henry, at least, and thousands like him. For Henry is one of those motorists who buys gas when and where he needs it. And he's just as human as you or I. He chooses a place that looks alive, clean and sparkling, whether it's daytime or nighttime, early or late. What is there about appearance that causes them to pick one station over another? Several things, all simple and easy to do. Here are a few. Bright white buildings, clean, well-lighted signs, appealing outside displays, neat pump islands ready for quick service, attractive windows, and most of all, a lot of activity. They tell the passing driver, here's a good place to buy gas. Does station appearance influence a driver to pick one station over another? What do you think?
There's a first time for every motorist in any station. Something influenced his choice. Maybe it's convenient location. Sometimes it's brand preference. But the strongest attraction for most people is the dealer himself and his station. It's what he does to make himself and his services inviting that makes motorists choose his station.
What do you know? Here's our friend Henry again. Remember him? Last time we saw him, he was stopping here for the first time. Why does he keep coming back? Let's listen.
Glad to see you again, Mr. Snyder.
Thank you. Nice seeing you again.
The biggest reason they keep coming back and develop into steady customers is one we all know, but sometimes forget. They like the service. 41% of steady customers said so. Said they're loyal to one station because they like the service. It's the little things you do.
I like the way these fellas roll out the red carpet in a hurry.
Oil's okay, sir, but I'm afraid your right front tire's a little soft.
Is that so? Well, let's take a look at it.
Good. Say, Mr. Snyder, you ought to have these tires rotated and balanced. At the same time, we'll check this one. Got time now? It'll only take a few minutes.
Okay, might as well do it now. These boys never miss a thing. Glad they caught that tire. I'd sure hate to have it go with Helen and the kids in the car.
That ought to fix you up, Mr. Snyder. Thanks very much. We'll see you later.
Thank you,
You
Bill. We'll
bet
see you
he'll see Mr. Snyder later. And this man knows why. So do the rest of us. After all, isn't the red carpet treatment simple and easy? Certainly, when you stop to think that almost half of American motorists stay loyal to one station because they like the kind of service the dealer gives them. It takes all kinds of people to make the world. Some like one thing, some like another. Meet Mrs. Hampton, for instance. She and her husband, Paul, are steady customers of Sinclair dealer Jim Wilson. Wouldn't think of going anywhere else. How'd they get that way? They like the service at Jim's place, of course. That's the Hampton car in the bay right now. But in this case, the reason they stick with Jim Wilson, that's Jim coming up now, is Jim Wilson himself.
Car's all ready then, Carl. Yep, all set. Follow me in the Jeep. We'll take the car to Mrs. Hampton right away.
They like him. And because Jim is a friendly, competent guy, he has lots of steady customers. A feeling of friendship for the dealer is high on the list of reasons given by American motorists for being loyal to a favorite station. Jim Wilson is no special charmer, just a regular citizen like the rest of us. But he makes friends, lots of them.
Shall I put it in the garage?
No, thanks, Jim. I'm going to be using it later.
Okay. How are the kids, Mrs. Hampton?
Oh, they're just fine, thanks, Jim. As a matter of fact, Ronnie's out playing golf with his father this afternoon. How's your family?
Fine, thank the good Lord. Say, we'd better keep an eye on the battery in your car.
Oh, do we need a new one?
No, not just yet. One cell looks a little weak, though. Better check it next time we service the car. You know, I'd hate to think of you having any battery trouble out on the road at night. Otherwise, your car's in fine shape.
Well, thanks a lot, Jim.
Thank you, Mrs. Hampton.
Oh, I see they delivered your car on time.
Though Jim's always on time. He's very reliable. Ready to go?
Oh, anytime. You always take your car there, don't you?
Yes, Paul wouldn't go anywhere else. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't either. Jim seems to take as much interest in our car as we do. As a matter of fact, I think he takes more, and he's so friendly. I guess that's why everybody in the neighborhood goes there.
Oh, I guess that is why.
That's a pretty good guess, Mrs. Hampton. A large part of Jim's business is built around his personality. He really puts out, and it pays off.
Fill it up with Power X, Mrs. Snyder?
Yes, please.
Here's another
up, Bob.
steady customer, Henry's wife. Remember, Henry likes the service at this station. But what brings her back? And what's she looking at? Here's the clue. A clean, well-kept place, just like she keeps her home. Women especially notice these things. Cleanliness helps get them in the first time and keeps them coming back. They seldom tell you about it, but they observe. They notice everything outside. And inside, if occasion prompts them to step inside the station, to use the phone, examine merchandise on display, or merely wait for their cars, in a recent survey made by the Chicago Tribune, it was found that cleanliness is by far the most positive attraction. Women especially prefer clean, orderly retail establishments. It's a good point to keep in mind if you want their continued business as steady customers. One-stop service. What's it mean to the public?
I'll tell you. When I shop, I want to get everything possible in one stop.
Me? I hate to shop. More I can get in one place, the better.
The supermarkets led the way, with the drug department stores keeping pace. Now everybody wants one-stop service, even for their cars. And why not? If one-stop service builds business and keeps customers, why not give them what they want? Do you have complete lube service, car wash and polish, tire and tube service, battery service, spark plug and minor ignition, cooling system, shock absorber, brake and muffler, minor tune-up work, fuel pump replacement, wheel balancing? If during the life of just one of your customers' cars, you sold all of these services, think of the profit that would go with it. Just one of your steady customers. The more one-stop services you have, the more gasoline and oil you sell. And gasoline is your biggest source of revenue by far.
I want to get everything possible in one stop.
I hate to shop. More I can get in one place, the better.
It's what the dealer does that makes them loyal. Most people said they like the service, like the attention they get, the little things they appreciate so much, things that any dealer can do. But another great big reason is They like the dealer himself, the friendly, competent dealer who shows an interest in his customer, and the customer's car is the one they come back to. The clean, well-kept station is the one that attracts people in the first place and holds them as steadies, especially women. Things you do to make it convenient for a motorist to get all of his car needs taken care of at your one-stop station. All these things that you do, little things any dealer can do, make steady, loyal customers. These are the things that sell more gasoline,